Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, welcome back to another video, and today's video is actually a second part of my empties for the past year. And in part one there were all my makeup empties, and there was a couple nail polishes and fragrances as well. And today we're gonna look at hair care, skincare, body care, these type of products. So hopefully you'll enjoy that. I really hope we're gonna have fun here. There's actually loads of products. You're gonna see the basket that all my empties were in, and most of the basket is still full, but there's a lot of repeats, so I think it's gonna be a little bit, well, hopefully it's gonna be a little bit quicker video than it was last time, a couple days ago. And I really hope you're gonna enjoy that. Let me know if you have any favorites that you would like me to try, or if you've tried any of these products. Let me know how you felt about them. And yeah, that's gonna be kind of everything for the introduction. So please like this video, comment down below, and subscribe if you're not subscribed. It would really help me out. I do monthly empties as well, where I kind of recap everything that I've used up, but this is like a big yearly recap, so that's just to kind of explain how this is going. And here is the box, and as you can see, it's still almost completely full. So I think we're gonna start with skincare, and we're gonna get to hair care in the second portion of the video, because that's gonna be it's still gonna be too long and too complicated. And let me actually maybe try and find all the products from similar categories. So let me find all the cleansers first, so that we can kind of talk about them at the same time. Oh god, there's so many products. So I have 3 of these cleansing balms from Vanilla & Co. This is the Clean It Zero, and they're in different flavors. There's the original pink one, then I have this yellow one, which is I think brightening. Yeah, it's the Ginseng Glow, and then this green one is the 3X Pore Clarifying one. I used to have the full size of the original pink one, and these for me, they're not bad, but sometimes they do struggle with waterproof mascara or a really strong brow gel. That's one negative for these, and you need quite a lot of the product to actually get your entire face clean. It's the first cleanser to get your makeup off, because this one is a little bit more like a moussey texture, and it doesn't usually, when you have a cleansing balm, it kind of turns into oil as you're massaging it to your skin, so then it's really easy to kind of spread it around. But this one stays kind of that moussey texture, and that makes it a little bit more difficult to you use up a lot of product, and this is not cheap. I think you pay the same amount for this as most other cleansing balms, but you do go through this one very quickly. Then I have a mini and a full-size version of the Madagascar Centella Light Cleansing Oil from Skin 1004. I had this one in a travel size, and then I also, because it was in a set, and then I also had this full bottle, and it works really well. I do really enjoy this one. It's a really good light oil that really gets everywhere. It gets everything off. It doesn't feel heavy. It doesn't irritate your eyes or anything, and it's very easy to also clean it off of your face. And I just like the formula. It feels very silky, and I love the fact that it's not a thick oil, because sometimes when you have a thick oil, you kind of have to drag a lot, and I can feel it especially alongside my lashes. They kind of tucks and pulls. So this one is really nice, and I do love that in the full bottle you get 200 milliliters, which is 6.76 fluid ounces. That's a lot of product. It will take you probably almost almost a full year to use this one up. I know I've used it for many months, and that's amazing. Oh, then I also had this one. This is from a German drugstore, and just a very basic oil. It's not a bad one, but it feels a little bit more like a cooking oil as opposed to the Skin 1004, but also it's way less expensive. actually. Yeah, it kind of smells like a cooking oil. But it has 7% squalane and 0.5% vitamin E, and it's like a perfume-free or fragrance-free product. I don't know if this one is, but I haven't noticed any scent. The feeling and the texture is better for the Centella one, but also it's kind of, you can't compare them with the price, but you're only getting half of the product here from the drugstore. So I don't know. Maybe it is actually kind of even almost. And those are the only cleansers, like the first cleansers that I've used up. So you can tell that this took very, very long time, and it took me most of the year. Then I have 4 second cleansers, like the normal cleansers. The smallest one is the Madagascar Centella Ampule Foam from Skin 1004. This one was also in that minis set, and it's actually really nice because it wasn't too foamy. It was more like a milky, like it kind of emulsified into a milky texture, and my face felt extremely clean without feeling squeaky or like tight. And I really appreciate that. I wouldn't mind getting this in a full size, because usually I'm not into foams. I don't like the texture on my face. Like I don't like having bubbles on my face, but this one felt good. And it was also just like, I don't know, the texture felt really good. It felt luxurious, and that's what you want when you're doing your skincare. You want it to feel nice and luxe. And I have a very basic cleanser, which is the Ordinary Glucoside Foaming Cleanser. This is just like a very basic gel cleanser that turns into a foam. It wasn't too foamy, but I still don't really appreciate it. It's just like a very basic cleanser. It doesn't have anything in it. If I don't know what to buy and I would need a cleanser, I don't mind buying this, but I know that even in drugstore I can get better products. And for me, The Ordinary, I can buy it maybe I can buy it from one website that I know. There's probably more places, but I'm used to only getting it from one particular website because it's very easy and they usually have everything in stock. And on that website I can get better products. So they're more expensive, but they're better. And also this one, you're only getting 50 milliliters. So actually, like, it is cheap, but you're only getting 50 milliliters. And usually the other products that I have here have like 150, so it's like triple. And this one, I don't know if it's the packaging, but there's quite a big opening here. And like if you want to squirt just a bit, you're always gonna get too much product out. It's just very runny, so you do waste a lot of product. I wouldn't mind if this was like in a pump. I feel like that would be more cost efficient for this particular one. So yeah, there's nothing bad about this. It's just, I don't think it's necessary in my collection. And then I had 2 that I really enjoyed. Both of them I think were really amazing, and they're kind of similar. One is the Mixa Salicylic Acid and Squalane Cleanser. And then the L'Oreal Bright Reveal Spot Fading Serum in Cleanser with niacinamide and salicylic acid. Both of them were absolutely amazing. My skin felt extremely clean, and not just like, you know, on an everyday basis clean, but also long term. And especially the L'Oreal one, I felt like it actually was helping fading my spots. I do like this collection from L'Oreal. I've also had the serum, I believe, and also the sunscreen at some point. And it just works for me. Like it's really well created. It works well for my skin, but both of these are nice. They're around the same price. You have the same amount of product. This one just has a little bit more of active ingredients. And these are at the moment my favorite from this collection, like when it comes to the second cleansers, because obviously I only have used this couple times. Like it's a really small bottle, and I wouldn't use it for like a longer period of time. I would only use it when I was traveling. And that way I don't really have, like, I wasn't really immersed in that product. Then next step is toners. So let me get toners and like essences and all of these. Okay, so I've actually found one of these vanilla ones again, and this is the Cigar Relief. I know I had 4, just didn't remember if I finished it, you know, for this collection, if it should be in my next year's empties, but it's supposed to be here. Okay, then the toner. So I have one that's like an active toner, which I wouldn't use on an everyday basis. It would be just like every once in a while. This is the L'Oreal Revitalift 5% glycolic acid peeling toner, smooth and glow in 30 seconds with 5% glycolic acid and watermelon extract. I've had this for like almost 2 years. Because I don't use it every day, I actually always forget to use this. Ideally, I would like to use it every, like, let's say every week, but I just always forget. I do sometimes also use it in my on my scalp before washing my hair. So if I feel like I have dandruff or my scalp is itchy, I do like to put this on and leave it on for like 10 minutes and then go wash my hair with shampoo and do the conditioning and everything. So it works for that. Also, if I feel like I have a lot of rough skin on my feet, I would put a bit of this with some hot water in a like bucket or like something like a bowl and put my feet in there for 10 minutes, and it also really works well. It says that you can use this for daily usage, but I don't want to use like active acids every single day on my face. I mean, I do usually have a little bit of salicylic acid in my either moisturizer or maybe serum, so I don't really want to overdo it. I know some people use like a bunch of really strong exfoliators every single day, but I don't want to do that because it makes you more sensitive to the sun, and I don't want to, you know, I don't want to do something to my skin that could damage it more than it's necessary. So this one, it's just like a once in a while thing. I don't think you need this in your collection, but it does work quite well, and I like the fact that I can use it for both the hair and feet and like all other areas. Or sometimes also in the summer I would use it on my thighs and stuff when you have the like rough skin, like that kind of bumpy, how do you call it? You know, how is it called? Strawberry skin or something like that. It's supposed to work for that as well. At least I've heard a couple dermatologists say that. And then, so what I quite liked, and I was actually really surprised about that, was the Garnier Vitamin C Brightening Liquid Care 10% Glycerin, Niacinamide, Vitamin C, and Salicylic Acid. This one I would use every day because it wasn't as strong. It was just like a brightening liquid. It was very milky, and my skin loved it because it was hydrating, it was milky, it had a little bit of those active ingredients, and it's actually really nice. This is cruelty-free, it's a vegan formula. And yeah, it's just really nice. And I've in the past year and a half I've discovered that I actually really like Garnier's products. Like a couple of years ago, for me this brand was kind of like a hit or miss, but lately I don't know if they changed their formulas or if they stepped up, but I've actually been really enjoying everything I've tried from them. Then I have this burrito, so Wonder Relief Centella Toner Unscented. So this is a mini. It was another one of those you know, travel sized products. It was nice. I mean, it's just like a little bit more jelly water, and it doesn't really do much. It's just supposed to kind of suit your skin. But lately I used to do the thing where I would have these like very watery soothing toners and then more like active facial moisturizers, like something with a little bit more active ingredients. Lately what I've been doing more is having just like a really good barrier replenishing moisturizer, and then either a serum or toner that has a little bit of active ingredients. And that has worked for me a little bit more, so I don't really have a need for this. Also, I feel like this really works for people who have more drier skin. It's not that it doesn't work for you if you have oily skin. I just feel like you don't really need this unless you struggle with like redness, irritation, which I don't usually have. I do have redness after acne, but that's a little bit of a different category, and you need couple different ingredients for that, not just the centella. And then I had this Propolis B5 Glow Barrier Calming Toner from Sun By Me, also another mini. This was very thick. It felt very syrupy, and I don't think my skin loved it. It's not that it would be uncomfortable on the skin or that it would, like, I think it probably works, but it's just a texture that my skin doesn't enjoy as much. Because it was a little bit thicker. What I do like is that there is honey extract and panthenol, and I love honey extract or anything like to do with honey and propolis. I just feel like my skin really enjoys it, but it needs to be in a little bit softer formulas. I still have this one facial moisturizer that was with propolis, and it also had bee venom, and I need to find it because I don't remember how it was called, but it was really good. So this one is probably my least favorite of the toners that we have. Then I have the Centella Toning Toner from Skin 1004. It just felt like a very basic toner. Like it moisturizes your skin. It makes it a little bit more plump and hydrated. But it's not like I can see a lot of difference with this. Like it's not like it revolutionizes my toning experience. But then I have two from Beauty of Joseon. I have the ginseng one, which is actually a second bottle I've used up, and then I have the Glow Replenishing Rice Milk. I think I like the ginseng one a lot more, just because it's a really good one. But the rice one was also very nice. It's just the ginseng one. I feel like my skin looks healthier, it looks glowier, and yeah, it just looks glowier and just kind of it really looks healthy and fresh. So the ginseng essence water from Beauty of Joseon is definitely my favorite toner that we have here. Then serums. Oh, this is gonna be a large category as well. So there are a couple. I'm gonna start with the two minis. So I have the Propolis B5 Glow Barrier Booster, or how it's called, from Sun By Me. I feel like this was just slightly thicker version of the toner. Like I haven't noticed any difference, and I would actually kind of use it like, and I don't know if you can see, but it's just so gloopy. I would kind of just use either the toner or this one. I felt like two of these are completely unnecessary because it felt like it's doing the same thing. This just is even thicker, and it genuinely feels like you're putting honey on your face by how thick it is. And then I have the Purity Wonder Relief Centella Serum. And the same thing here, like it felt like the toner. I don't think you need both of these things. But also these are minis, and I wouldn't use them consecutively for longer periods of time. So maybe if I had the full version, I would use it just like for 3 months or 2 months straight, and then finish it. I might have a different opinion about this, but as of now, I don't think it's that amazing. Then I have this Centella Ampule from Skin 1004. This one felt really nice. I felt like my skin was, first of all, very nourished, and second of all, very glowy with this, so I did enjoy it. What I had a bit of struggle getting used to, and it actually took me forever to use it up, is the L'Oreal Revitalift Hydrating Soothing Serum. This one has retinol in it, so I wouldn't use it every day. I would use it maybe once a week if I remember it. And it took me really a long time to use it up because it would kind of make me, at the beginning, it would irritate my skin quite a bit until I realized that I can use this over moisturizer. So usually I would use it as a regular serum, but I think halfway point I've learned that I can just use my normal, like really hydrating, no active ingredients type of serum, put a like barrier, how is it called? Like some really good moisturizer, and then over the moisturizer I would apply this serum. Then it was a little bit nicer and I didn't experience any more irritation. But I don't think I need this. It felt like it's a bit too much for me. What I've liked a lot more that has retinol is the AP Lab Retinol Vitamin C Vitamin E serum. This is incredible because it has the glowy aspect, it has the retinol, and also has the calming and like healing aspect of the vitamin E. And it's supposed to be also for like calming, soothing, brightening, tightening. Like it has a lot of different things, and it felt great. What I also quite enjoyed was the Haru Wonder Centella 4% DXA Dark Spot Go Away Serum. This one was really nice. It felt, first of all, very hydrating, very nourishing, and I felt like my dark spots are getting a little bit better with this. I also do love the packaging. It feels very clean, and it would stay very clean, and it's also just like it's really easy to store and carry. So that one was great. Then I had the Mixa Hyaluronic Acid and Lactic Acid serum. This one is just like a hydrating serum. It has a little bit of that lactic acid, which does help a bit with like a very mild exfoliation, but it's nothing to write home about. What I also really enjoyed was the AP Lab glutathione niacinamide ampule serum, which is supposed to be for like moisturizing, brightening, and calming. And this one was also very nice, and I think it helped with my pimples a little bit. But my favorite serum, and this is not like an all over the face serum, it's more like a spot correcting serum, but I love this one, and this was such a great find. And I know that I can always go back and repurchase this if I feel like my skin is getting worse. And it's the La Roche-Posay Effaclar Duo Plus M Anti-Imperfections Triple Corrective Care. And this is for like active acne, but also for the post-inflammatory hyperpigmentation, and it worked great for that. Like I definitely have noticed that I wouldn't get so much of a red spot after my pimples, and the red spots would go away faster, and it actually lasts you for a good bit. It's almost like a little light moisturizer. It has a really nice texture, and my skin really enjoyed that. So that one is actually my favorite product from this category. Then next up, we're gonna get into moisturizers. I have two from the same, like of the same kind, and it's this The Ordinary Natural Moisturizing Factors and Beta Glucan. And that's because one was in a set that I got last Christmas from my sister, and one was a moisturizer that I bought on my own. So I accidentally got two at the same time, or like around the same time. And this is a very small bottle. You're only getting 30 milliliters. And it's a very basic jelly light moisturizer. There's nothing spectacular about this. It just does its job, but it doesn't have any added ingredients. And as I already said, I kind of like when it has a bit more, like it doesn't have to have active formulas, but I would like it to be maybe something that's good for calming the skin, for maybe correcting redness, or just having something that's very soothing. And this is just like a very basic moisturizer. What I did really enjoy is the Madagascar Centella Soothing Cream from Skin 1004. This one felt nice. It was very lightweight, but very moisturizing. And again, just such a beautiful texture. It felt amazing on the face. Then I have two that are kind of just like So I have the Propolis B5 Glow Barrier Cream from Sun By Me. This one was probably the best thing from the entire set, because it wasn't too heavy. It actually felt like such a kind of like a milky, lightweight moisturizer, and it did help with the glowiness. Maybe if I had a full bottle, maybe I would actually really enjoy it. But I don't think it was something that I would really need in my routine. Another product I don't think I would really need, but it was actually kind of handy in the summer, was the Flossec Anti-Acne Mattifying Cream. And this one is supposed to be like helping with imperfections, especially if you have more oily skin, because it's supposed to help regulate the sebum secret. Sorry, I can't speak. The like it's supposed to control how much oils are getting out of your face. Then it's supposed to provide like a matte effect and reduce imperfections. And this one definitely was a bit more mattifying, not to the point that you would have like a matte face afterwards, but it definitely didn't leave your skin like feeling oily or like you have something on your face. But it's a very basic moisturizer, and recently I've been going for a little bit more like glowy ones, especially since I only use it in the nighttime portion of the day. I don't actually wear moisturizers for the day. I would just wear sunscreens instead of that. So a mattifying one isn't really a necessity for me, unless it was the summertime. I mean, it's like a really when we're like that in the summer, that's usually when this would come in handy. Then another product that I still don't know if I actually like or not is the Her Wonder Black Rice 10 Hyaluronic Cream. It comes in this kind of like a pebble shaped packaging, which looks very cute, but it's very unpractical because you can only store it like standing, or unless you have something that, or you can only store it like this, kind of like lying down. And if you wanted to stand, you would have to have a specific holder for that. This one, it was a very soft moisturizer, but it felt like it kind of isn't like usually when you put on a moisturizer, you can feel it on your face for a little bit. This one would dry up immediately, but it wouldn't leave that like hydrated feeling. It just felt like something soaked into your skin and it's gone, or maybe it evaporated out away from your skin. But it wouldn't irritate me or cause any troubles for me. I just felt like my skin wasn't very hydrated afterwards. Yep. So that's kind of all I can say about this. It's not uncomfortable or anything. I just, especially now when I was this was one of the last ones that I finished, and nowadays it just wasn't enough for me. In the summer this was okay because obviously I don't need that much hydration. I just kind of need something that's very basic and it's gonna absorb quickly. But now for the winter time it wouldn't really work for me. So, and it took actually a really long time to use it up. So for me, if I were to only use it in the summertime, it would probably take me 2 or 3 years to use it up, and obviously you're not supposed to use skincare for that long. Maybe if I find it in a mini, maybe I could have that for summer, but a lot of these products that I have here, I think would work for me great in the summer as well, because I know at least two of these I was also using in the summer, kind of like testing them and then going back to the Her Wonder. So I know that a lot of these would work for me even in the summertime. Two products I absolutely loved. So first is the Beauty of Joseon Dynasty Cream. This one was so soft, so silky, so beautiful. This one I think is the first one I've used up this year because I haven't seen this bottle in forever. This one was so good, and I do want to repurchase it because it was such a soft kind of in between jelly and milk texture, and my skin loved this so much. So this one is amazing. And then also another thing that I've really enjoyed now in this like second part of the year is the Dr. Jart Cicapair Intensive Soothing Repair Cream. This one has like a green tint and it's supposed to help especially with the redness. It's also a little bit of a thicker cream, but not too thick, so my skin can handle it very well. And it would, first of all, it would really moisturize my skin. It would soothe it very well, even if I was like breaking out. And I had this like these couple of weeks where most of my face, like the lower part of my face, would be red with like little post like the hyperpigmentation scars, and this really helped with it. Yeah, so these two for sure are the winners for the past year. They're just amazing. Okay, they're amazing, and I would repurchase these in a heartbeat. Then I have a couple kind of like eye creams and miscellaneous. Technically I have two eye creams, but I only used one of those as an eye cream, and normally if I have a moisturizer that has active ingredients, I do use a separate eye cream. If I just have one of these like moisturizing creams, then I don't need an eye cream. So one of them is the Garnier Vitamin C eye cream, and this one has niacinamide, vitamin C, banana powder, and caffeine, and it's great. It has a little bit of a yellow tint, which works both for the nighttime, but especially for the daytime. If you want to cover up your kind of like purpliness under the eyes without like wearing concealer, it was really plumping. It felt amazing, and my under eye area felt very hydrated and nice. So this one is probably the only one that I would like to repurchase if I do feel like I need an eye cream. And then I have this retinol boost eye cream from Neutrogena. I only tried it a couple times under my eyes and very quickly realized it just dries my eyelids and my under eye area, and it's just not good. So I would use it as kind of like a spot retinol serum. After I finished the L'Oreal one, I would use this just on the chin area and on the forehead. So it took very little to use it up because obviously this is a very small bottle, but at least it worked. And in those areas it was nice. I feel like this is the strength that I would need for my face, not for my under eye area, but also usually people who use retinol are a little bit more experienced than I am, so maybe that's also another reason. I'm not used to wearing retinol. It's a problem. Then a product that I haven't used up because it actually expired before I got the chance is the e.l.f. Blemish Breakthrough Blemish Fighting Spot Gel with 1% salicylic acid. And in the first couple months, it was actually quite nice on the face. It's very cooling. It has the little roll-on applicator, you know, like you have with deodorants. And I would just apply it on the areas where I have pimples, and it would help to kind of, you know, heal it faster. But now I've noticed in the past couple, I think in November it was, I noticed that the product inside is starting to get a little bit more yellow, and it just doesn't feel right on the skin. So I decided to just declutter it because I don't want to, especially for acne medication or acne product, I don't want to work with something that's expired because I don't want to worsen my acne. And I had this one, and this one I actually really liked too. It's not as good as the La Roche, but it's almost as good, and it's the Biolic, how are you called? This is in Polish. Anti-acne serum. So it has a similar formula, and it's supposed to just help to kind of heal the pimple areas. It felt nice. This is how it looks like. But I know that I like the La Roche more. This one is smaller bottle, so it's easier to like carry around, but this one will last you a long time, and I think cost effectiveness is pretty much similar. So that's for the special. Then I have a couple pimple patches, and I'm sure there should be more, and a lot of these should be multiple packages because I definitely have repurchased most of these, but sometimes I would throw them away for some reason. I don't know, I'm stupid. So I have which one I liked the least? Oh, I think I know. So I have the COSRX Acne Pimple Master Patch, the hydrocolloid dressings. These ones, if I remember correctly, were the ones that I struggled with the most because it wouldn't want to adhere to my face. They just didn't have any grip, and they would fall off of my face really easily. So that's the thing, like I can't really judge if they were good for the pimples because they wouldn't really stay on the pimples, as far as I remember. And you get 24 patches in 3 different sizes. You have 10 pieces of the 7mm ones, then 5 pieces of the 10mm ones, and 9 pieces of the 12mm ones. Yeah, so that's that one. Then I think slightly better, if I remember that correctly. Let me see how. Yeah, I feel like these ones were better for the way that they would adhere to your face, but there's less of the product. So this is the Sun By Me Clear Spot Patch, Invisible Ultra Thin Layer, natural coverage, easy to use. These are also hydrocolloid patches, and you're only getting 18 patches in 2 different sizes. What I really liked about them though, they had like a little bit of a rim, and then they had the actual patch, so the rim would really help to like adhere to your face and make everything last nicely. Um, but the ones that I liked the most, and I actually have bought and used up probably 3 or 4, well, I think it was 3 of these boxes, is the Garnier Pure Active 8-hour pimple patch invisible clinically proven hydrocolloid patches. These are cruelty free. You're getting 22, which is kind of in the middle, in 2 different sizes, and these adhere to your face really nicely. With the previous 2, I would have to wait for my skincare to like absorb before I could apply the pimple patch, but these, even like on still kind of like a damp face with the moisturizer and everything, I could put these on and they would stay on the face, and they would last all night or even all day if I reapplied in the morning. And I just felt like they would really soak up all the gunk out of the blemishes, and they wouldn't leave a, you know how sometimes when you take the patch off, you have a little hole in the middle of the blemish, and it kind of can get irritated, and sometimes you get new blemishes in that area. But this one I feel like it actually helped to kind of seal it all and like heal it in that amount of time. So yeah, these ones I've repurchased. I think this is the only, no, I might have had 2 of the Cosrx ones. Yeah, I think I bought one for here and one for my grandparents' house. And then these I definitely repurchased a couple times. And these are the faves. Then what else do we have? Then we have sunscreens. There's a couple of them. So I have one of these like in a spray. This is the Garnier Amber Solar Over Makeup Super UV Protection Mist in with SPF 50. These mists, I bought it for vacation 2 years ago, thinking that it's gonna be like the best thing, but I would actually only use it on my body, not on my face, because on my first of all, this stings, like, or maybe it doesn't even stings, but it just, you can't inhale. It's too strong, and I don't even think you get an even coverage. So what I would do most of the time is that I would spray it in my palm and then just kind of pat it onto my face. And for that, I can buy one of these, one of the like powders with SPF. So I just don't think that this really works. And I don't like these like aluminum bottles. I don't think that's very, I don't think it's good for the environment. But then, okay, so I actually have 4 sunscreens that I love, all of them. They were all amazing. One of my favorites, like all-time favorite, is the Beauty of Joseon Relief Sunrise and Probiotics. This is also SPF 50. I always have SPF 50. This one felt amazing. It genuinely, like, it just feels like the most luxurious moisturizer / primer on your face, and it's amazing. It really plumps up your skin. It feels so soft and so silky. Love this one. What I've noticed has a very similar feel on the face, and it's actually in a large bottle, is the Skin 79 Waterproof Sun Gel UV SPF 50. This one felt very similar on the face, and you're getting 100 milliliters, and this is 50 milliliters, so it's literally double the size. I just feel like maybe the Beauty of Joseon's sunscreen is a little bit like even a little bit more silkier and smoother on the face, but still the end result is very, very similar. What I also really enjoyed is this one from Skin 1004. This is the Probiotica Glow Sun Ampoule. Oh, so, so, so good. And this one really leaves your skin feeling super fresh and super hydrated and very glowy, like good glowy, you know, like healthy glowy, not that it's oily or anything. It has a really nice applicator as well, because it has one of those pointy tubes. These ones, so good. And it's just again, it feels very luxurious on the face. I feel like the texture that leaves that you get on your face is probably the best with these two sunscreens. They're great. And then something that I really enjoyed in the summer, especially because it's a little bit more oil control product, and it's the Garnier BHA and Niacinamide Daily UV Invisible Matte Sunscreen. I also had the vitamin C version a year ago, I think, and these are great. And it's a like a fluid sunscreen, so it's a lot thinner. It's just like a little, like, it feels like a milk, and it dries up pretty much immediately, and it leaves your skin feeling hydrated, but on the touch it's very like a soft matte finish, you know, like kind of satin finish, or like, you know, very smooth. And I think it also kind of helps with your oil, like it helps to control your oils quite well. Love the niacinamide in it as well. So that's for sunscreens. Then normally I don't keep my deodorants, but I have two that I wanted to share with you because I really enjoyed them. The one that I liked the most is the Borotalco Active Talc with anti-odor molecules, and this is the citrus and lime fresh scent. I love everything that's lime scented. It's one of my favorites. It has that little ball applicator like this one, the roll-on, and it really helps. It feels amazing. It's really, really good. And then I also have this, the original like bottle. This is a mini version that I just bought for like vacation and stuff like that. It also works, but I don't like these sprays. I prefer the kind of watery roll-ons because they feel a lot more refreshing also in the armpits, and these smell a little bit like it has that weird scent when you're spraying it around that I don't particularly enjoy. And then, okay, I have one hand cream. It's my favorite hand cream of all time, and there's a couple of hairs on it for some reason. Why? I feel like I have the same struggles as Angelica. Okay, come on. So this is the Hydro Boost Quenching Hand Gel Cream from Neutrogena. This is my, I think, second or third bottle that I've used up, and it's the best. It's the best hand cream because it's very moisturizing, very hydrating, but it soaks up immediately, so you don't have that like annoying oily feel on your fingers and on your hands that I hate. Like, I want to put my hand cream on and then immediately go and do whatever I want without sticking to anything and having like fingerprints everywhere. That one. And now there's so many products in front of me, like it's insane. My entire table is full and we still have to go through all the hair care products. So should I count? Let me count how many we have. I'm gonna put them back to the box just because I need to put them somewhere. Okay, so if I counted correctly, that's 50 products from mostly skincare and then like a couple body care products and one hand care product. So that's 50. And now the hair care product. So I'm gonna get all the shampoos out and all the conditioners. That's gonna be the smaller portion. Okay, so we're actually even Steven because I have 3 shampoos and the same amount of conditioners. So that's really fun. I have 2 shampoos from the same brand, they're just from different lines. So it's the Dermadic and this is the Capillart strengthening shampoo for anti-hair loss, and then this is the anti-aging shampoo with antioxidants, and it's like anti-pollution, anti-hair loss strengthening. I do like this one a little bit better. It's also a repurchase. This one I've tried for the first time. They're both really great. They're both like hypoallergenic, and yes, but I just like this one a little bit more. But this one is also very, very good. It's one of those shampoos that you can use pretty much whatever hair type you have. It helps clean my scalp very well without making my hair feel dry or too oily or too, like, weighed down. It's a very nice format. It spreads really easily. It also it's because it's a little bit more watery, and that is something that I like, because since I have curly hair, sometimes when you have thicker shampoos, it's kind of hard to get everywhere, and you need to use a lot of product to actually get the shampoo everywhere. So these ones are amazing. And then another one that I have, and this one is specifically for curly hair, and it's the Husk Curl Care moisturizing shampoo that helps maintaining and protecting curls. This one was a really good one as well. I just feel like it's a little bit thicker, and I have enjoyed this tremendously. Like, it was amazing. But if I were to choose, I would pick the Dermatic one. This one lasted me a very long time though. You do definitely have like a little bit more concentrated format. This is also supposed to be color safe, but honestly, I had absolutely no problem with these as well when it came to my colored hair. And I always have some kind of hair dye on. It's usually some kind of semi-permanent hair color, but I always have something in there. So, and I don't think I have like differences in how long it takes to wash out the colors. So yeah, this one is also really great. I had a great year with shampoos. Thankfully, no deaths. And I think it also comes with the fact that I know my hair a lot better. I know what ingredients work for me, what ingredients don't work for me, and I can already kind of tell from the descriptions if it's gonna be something that will work for me or not. And then for the conditioners, so I'm gonna start with this John Frieda Frizz Ease Dream Curls Curl Definition Conditioner. This is very creamy conditioner, and for me it felt a little bit too heavy. It says it's rich, creamy nourishment. I think I might have gotten this as a gift because I don't think I would really buy this. I'm not completely sure, to be honest, but what I do like about this is that it's vegan friendly. If you have like drier, frizzier curls, I think this actually would work wonderfully. But for my soft, how do you call this? I have very fine hair, so for me this is a bit too much. Something a little bit better, and I feel like that's something that actually is really good for fine hair, but maybe not for curly hair, is the Thomas Arsov Green Tea Conditioner. Because this one, I do believe that this is wonderful for fine and slightly more, maybe drier hair. But for me, for my curls, I feel like this was too silky, like it would leave my hair a little bit too silky, and that isn't always the best when you want a lot of volume and a lot of definition. But it still felt really nice, and it wouldn't weigh my hair down as much as the John Frieda one would. And then the best conditioner out of all of these is the Husk Curl Care Detangling Conditioner. This one was really nice. It felt like it has the right amount of hydration and like nourishment for my curls without weighing them down. And I think it also makes sense because this is the only product from this category that is actually made for your curls. So this is my dream combo when it comes to shampoo and conditioner. Now let's get into hair serums and toners, which is going to be the largest category. So okay, so I have a couple products that are meant for your scalp. There are two that are like genuinely supposed to be like a scalp serum, and then the other ones are more like a toners. So the scalp serums, I have the Lee Stratford Grow Strong and Long Stimulating Scalp Serum with strength boosting proteins and fruit extracts. It's supposed to be vegan friendly, cruelty free. It's this one. Honestly, I didn't really felt like it did much, and also it would kind of make my hair a little bit sticky at the roots. So this one didn't really enjoy that one. What I liked a lot more is the Dermatic Capillary Serum Treatment stimulating hair growth, and it has some type of like bond stuff complex. I don't know how it's called. This one felt really nice. It was kind of like a little thicker water, and my scalp really enjoyed that. But what it enjoys even more, so I don't even think I have all the bottles here, because I think at some point in the year I realized that I probably don't need to keep these, because I already have multiple in my empties. But I have 4 of these bottles. They're here, you can see it, there's 4, and it's the Veleda Revitalizing Hair Toner with rosemary. I absolutely love this one. It just works for my scalp the best, because it kind of helps to freshen up my curls, freshen up my roots as well. I don't have as much, I don't struggle as much with like oils and having like oily hair, and also it just smells beautiful. I love rosemary. So I have 4 of these. They're clearly my favorite. Second favorite are another rosemary toner, and this is from Semio, and it also has like salvia and green tea, and I don't know what else. Like there's so many different herbs and stuff, and they're great. Like these products are really good. You're getting a lot more product in here. Like each bottle has a lot more product, and they're great. Then very similar one, this one just has different, this is more like a scalp stimulating and like grow boosting serum or toner, sorry. In my opinion, the rosemary one works better, but this one was also very nice. And then another brand that I like to go to, I'm actually using it at this moment with like a different bottle, is this one from Planter. I don't know how you're supposed to pronounce that. And yeah, this is another scalp stimulating toner, also very good. You also get quite a lot of products. There's 200 milliliters, and again, it's great. So all of these were really nice. I think the only one that I wouldn't need to repurchase is the Lee Stratford serum. Otherwise, I've had a really good time with all of these, and obviously a lot of these I have repurchased. Then we're gonna get into styling, and I'm gonna start with sprays. Then we're gonna get more into like balms and gels, and then mousse, and then if I have anything else, I'll mention that at the end. So I kind of alternate in between. Either I have a kind of like a prepping spray that also has some kind of hold, and then I have a very strong hold mousse, or I have a curling gel and then a little bit softer mousse. That kind of depends. So 2 of the sprays that I have, one is the Wella Flex Styling Spray Curls and Waves with the medium hold. This one, I can't really remember much about this. What I think I remember is that it wouldn't really work all that great, and my hair felt clumpy. Also, I didn't like the spritzer. This was very annoying to use as a spritzer, because it will kind of, this was too jelly, so it would be really hard to spray with it, and honestly you would just get like a blob of product. So this could have been a pump or some kind of other form of application. I don't think spray is a good idea for this, and that's the reason why I haven't really enjoyed this. And then I had the Joanna Curls Flexibility Curl Enhancing Spray. This one was really nice. It was also slightly more of a texturizing spray. I think this is a Polish brand, right? Yeah, it's a Polish brand. And yeah, you just spray it on a damp hair, and it kind of helps to give the hair a little bit more of a texture, and it kind of preps them for everything that comes afterwards. And this one I have enjoyed. Then I have 2 gels. One is the Curlsmith Shake Up Aqua Gel. It's a styling gel for weak damaged hair, and there's a shiitake mushroom, hemp oil, blackcurrant, wild rice protein, guava, and kale. It's cruelty-free, vegan. It has all sorts of different wonderful stickers on it. And Curlsmith is one of the best brands you can try. I have enjoyed this very, very much. It feels really light, it works wonderfully, and it's very quick to use as well. So I have enjoyed this a lot, and I also really enjoyed the Umberto Gianni Curl Jelly, Squinching Jelly for all types of curls. This is a smaller version. You can also get a full size, but I wanted to try this. And honestly, I feel like both of these work similarly. Maybe this one has a little nicer texture, and maybe it kind of helps with the health of your hair a little bit more. But the final effect, I feel like, is kind of similar, and this one is a lot less expensive. So I wouldn't mind getting this in a full bottle. I have a curl gel that I'm almost out of. I thought I'm gonna use it up before the end of the year, but honestly, there's still a little bit, and it's like a huge jar. So just wait for next year. There's gonna be a lot of gels and other styling products. I also have one one curl cream that's almost finished. That also took me like 6 months to work on. So I have really large products that unfortunately will be in the next year's empties. But those are the two curl gels, and then there's so many foams. So I have 3 full size, which is kind of crazy. I had this one from Tresemme. It's the Curl Mousse Curl Definition, which I've had for, I don't know, 2.5, maybe even 3 years. It was a product that I needed to use up because I knew that it's really old. It was back when I still had really short hair. And it wasn't a bad mousse, but it was very thick, so I would only use it with the sprays, because with the gel it would be too much and it would be too crunchy, and you know, it just wouldn't look nice. So this one, a bit too much for me. Then I have the Goldwell Style Sign Volume Bodifying Control Mousse. This one was really good. I do love Goldwell for their styling products, and I like that this one had enough hold for me. It actually made my hair really fluffy and like voluminous without feeling dry or feeling grungy or anything. And you get a lot of product here. It's almost, I mean, I think these two are similar in how wonderful they are. So they got to be Curls Curling Mousse, which was one of my first mousses I've ever tried, and it's one of the best I've ever tried. It's probably like my 4th bottle of this. But the Goldwell one, you get 100 milliliters more of the product, and that's it. They're both vegan, and they're both great. So these ones I would highly recommend if you want to try it, especially if you have more fine hair. These are amazing. And then a type of product that I've only discovered this year, and it has been a life changer, and I don't know how I could, you know, have any curl journey without these products, is a texturizing sprays. And I have 3, and they're both the Schwarzkopf Tuft line. 2 of these are the Aloe Boost, which is the Natural Waves and Volume Texturizing Spray with aloe vera and niacinamide. These ones are amazing because they just help to give you a little bit of texture, but it's not to the point where it would be like uncomfortable or gritty or dry or, you know, feeling like a straw. And yeah, these are just really good. And then there's the Wave Me Wonder Waves Creating Spray for Heatless Waves and Curls. This one wasn't as good. It's not that it would be bad, it just, you know, it didn't blow me away. So I will repurchase this this one, the Aloe. Then I have one dry shampoo. It's the Got To Be Dry Shampoo Extra Fresh. This one, it's actually really good. I normally don't use dry shampoos. I usually just buy mini versions. just in case, you know, if I'm traveling or if I'm just in a lot of hurry in the morning, and then just, you know, sometimes you just get those days where you wake up and everything feels wrong. So for those occasions, I have dry shampoo. I only really use them like maybe once or twice a month at the best of times. And this one felt great. Then I have one of these Curlsmith Miracle Shield Heat and Environment Protection Spray. Amazing, love it. And also love this spray because it's so easy to kind of spray it even if you have damp hands. So it still works really well. And I might even keep this bottle and just, you know, use it for spraying purposes because it's just very nice. And then the last product that I've used up is a semi-permanent hair color. I feel like I might have used more than one, maybe 2 or 3, but I probably just threw them away because usually the packaging gets very messy when you color your hair, and I usually just kind of take everything after my hair dyeing session and just throw it in the bin. But this is the Arctic Fox Emerald Fortune. I've had that at the beginning of last year, or kind of over the Christmas and then at the beginning of the year. And this one is such a good color. It's very emeraldy, and for me it kind of fades into more like a bluey type of color. And I think it took me 3 sessions to use this up. So I had 3 full sets or like heads of hair out of this little one. And Arctic Fox is amazing. I can't get all of their products here. There are, I think, 2 or 3 stores where I can get certain shades, but not all of them. And honestly, the shades I would want the most aren't available here in Czech Republic, so I would have to ship from the US, and I'm not completely sure if that's what I want to do. I don't know, are there any like European warehouses or maybe some kind of online store that ships across Europe that has these? Because otherwise I don't really want to pay for like all the duties and all of that. It's kind of annoying. But I think if I'm looking correctly, these are the hair care products. Let me count how many we have. So we have 30 products plus the 50 from skincare. So we've talked about 80 products in this video. That's so much. Yeah, it really kind of puts things in perspective if you realize how much you actually use up in a year, or maybe how little you use up. That kind of depends on how you use your products. But I usually, especially with these products, like I have 1 cleansing oil at home, 1 cleansing oil at my grandparents' house. The same goes for cleanser. And then I have 1 serum always. Like I don't have 1 here and 1 there, just 1. I use it up and then I go for another one. I have 1 moisturizer, 1 sunscreen. I have 2 shampoos open, 1 here and 1 at the grandparents' house. The same goes for the conditioner. The same goes for like all the styling products. But otherwise, I only really use 1 of each, use it up, and then go for the next one. So I think it's easier to actually get empties that way, because if you have 11 bottles of like moisturizers opened at the same time, you're never really gonna use up any of them, and they're all gonna expire. So this way is a lot more effective in my opinion, and it really helps me to decide whether I like the products or not. But let me know what you thought about this video. Let me know if you've enjoyed it. I hope you've had a wonderful day, and I'll be very, very happy to see you tomorrow with a brand new video. So bye guys, and have a wonderful, wonderful day.